Hi, hello everyone to the second episode of Let's Talk Humanity with FGA. Shay, please could you send me a request so we start? Iftar Mubarak. Oh, thank you. Even though fasting was so difficult today, I feel famished. Like Ramadan Mubarak. So we're waiting for Seyi Adisa to come. Hi,
Hey Fatih, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. How
So
are you?
welcome to Let's Talk Humanity with FGA, and thank you so much for being a guest today.
It's my pleasure.
I'm just going to do a few, just a really brief introduction since we don't have a lot of time on
Mm-hmm.
Honourable Seyi Adisa. So Seyi Adisa is actually a Nigerian public administrator. He's a member of the State House of Assembly in Oyo State. He's a John Maxwell leadership coach and a
Mm-hmm.
general politician. He's extremely passionate about development, especially development politics and leadership. So
Mm-hmm.
Shay, I'm so sorry. I'm cutting. His bio is long. Trust me. So I'm cutting it quite short so that we'll dive right into um, the order of the day.
All
So
right.
leadership. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what a fitting time to talk about it, especially now with the whole COVID happening. A lot of unprecedented events. The
Mm-hmm.
world is changing. How do you
Mm-hmm.
think leadership has fared in these seemingly novel challenges?
All right. So thank you once again, Fatima. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. So leadership is is a big issue. Um, if anything is going to improve,
Yeah.
if anything is going to get better, if anything is going to work, it's really about the leadership. And I think this time has really put leadership on the front line. Um, you know, Usually leadership is you trying to get people to a set goal. But the honest truth is nobody understands what coronavirus is and how long it's going to be around
Yeah.
for and all of that. So it's tough leading at this time. But for me, at this stage, you need leaders to communicate. You need leaders to show that they care, and you need leaders to be open to collaboration because nobody has all the answers. So, in terms of Corona and the COVID season, I think leadership is really about, being there for the people. We don't
Yeah.
have all the answers, but at least we're showing them that this is what we know and this is what we should be doing. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So you must
Yes.
really show that you care about people as well at this season. But these are unprecedented times, Fatima. Nobody's been there. Nobody knows for sure how long this is going to go on for.
How
But
long is it going
leadership,
to last for?
no, we don't. We don't know. So leadership is really about just being out there, showing, this is what we're trying to do.
Communicating, as long as you communicate with people.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
let's take a step back. Let's take a step
Mhm.
back. What is
Yeah.
leadership in its totality? I mean, as a Nigerian, what would you say leadership is all about? Because obviously, division of leadership worldwide, what applies to Europe or America
Mhm.
or the
Mhm.
Arab
Mhm.
world, definitely doesn't apply
Mhm.
to Africa and especially not Nigeria. So for you,
Mhm.
what is that definitive, where you can say this is what leadership is to me and to us as Nigerians, and this is what we hope for?
All right. Fantastic question. I think to me, leadership is influence. We don't want to overcomplicate it. Leadership is as simple as influence. So let me give you an example. If you have two or three children on the playground and one is able to get the others to do something, that
Yeah.
child is leading the others. That child is showing leadership, i.e., is influencing them to do what he wants them to do, as it were.
Yeah.
So leadership
Yeah.
is pretty much influence, and I don't think it matters much where we are. The principle is the same, and it happens in different sectors in different countries. Leadership is just you being able to say, look guys, we want to get there, and then you're able to influence people to go with you to
Yeah, to
get
be
there.
able to say, I know where I need to take us, follow me. This is where we're
Absolutely,
headed.
absolutely. A leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. That's what
Knows the
John
way,
once said.
goes the way, and shows the
Shows the
way.
way. That's right.
I
That's right.
like that. So my
Mm-hmm.
next question is, there has been this long-standing argument about leaders are born or leaders are made. What's your take on it?
All right. You're so correct, because there are two different schools of thought. So I've read about the Prince of Dubai, and I believe the school of thought is that leaders are born. There's something in the genes of certain people that makes them, they have that extra. Maybe it's the oratory ability, maybe it's the intellect, maybe it's God given. They are supposed to lead
Or maybe
people.
they just care.
Yeah, perhaps, but
Yeah.
there is also another school of thought that believes that anybody can be a leader. You just need to,
Yes.
first of all, find out what you're good at, and then you can influence other people to follow you in that area. So there is one school that believes it's you're born with it, and there's another school that believes you can teach it and people can become better leaders. I believe in that school of thought, that you can
Yeah.
be a leader in any field, whether it's in education, whether it's in health, whether it's in politics. All you need to do is know that I'm good at this thing. You develop yourself, and then others will want to follow you because you're very good at it. You're able to influence people in that field. So
Yeah.
two different schools of thoughts. I wouldn't say one is more right than the other, but I
But you
believe
would say you're on the second one. You're on
absolutely
the
leaders
leaders
are
are
made.
made.
We can teach leadership.
All right. My next question is: you worked as a professional in the corridors of governance for a while
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
What made you come back currently in your capacity as an honorable? What was your conviction? What was
All
it?
right.
I mean,
All
you're
right. So
young, so it's special in Nigeria. So what was it that made you get that conviction? What was your conviction?
all right. So I've always sort of known I was going to be in politics at some time. What I didn't know is that I'll be in this early. So I did government in secondary school. I did government at A levels. I did law at university. It was almost like preparation for whenever that happens.
For
But
just towards governance and public service.
absolutely, just going through the ranks. But I count myself as very privileged to have had the exposure I have at this age and at this time.
Yeah.
So what that time in office and the executive did for me was he exposed me to a lot of things, and that sort of
Okay.
further you know gave me the passion that, look, this is really what you're supposed to be doing. Now let me tell you something I believe strongly. If you're going to lead in politics, you need to have a heart for the people, and you need to have the capabilities and the capacity. So the first thing is that you love people, you want to help people. That is so important. And once you have that conviction that this is me, then you need to sort of learn the skills and the abilities that you need. That 8 years in office really exposed me and gave me the ability to learn and grow my capacity. It also made me know that, look, I think you can make a difference in the lives of people. I think you
Yeah.
have learned enough to actually do something. And that was really what led me at this stage to come out and run for office. So I think two things: have a heart for people, and the second thing is, grow your capacity, grow your skills to be able to, serve properly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So, capacity, passion.
Yes,
Capacity,
absolutely,
passion.
absolutely.
How did you come up with the mantra politics of development? Like, tell us. A couple of times I've read articles you've written or things about you. I've
Mm-hmm.
watched a couple of your campaign videos, and
Mm-hmm.
you always talk about the politics of development, the politics of development.
Mm-hmm.
Are we that? Are we there in Nigeria to start talking about politics of development? And what is it, in fact?
Great question, Fatima. I think when we live in an undeveloped nation, I believe it's everybody's business to seek development.
Mm.
You know, when we look at the West and other parts of the world, they talk to you about Republicans and conservatives, or they talk to you about Labor and socialist parties and things like that.
Yeah.
We are not there yet. The only thing we should focus on in nations like ours is development. And that's why I believe that politics gives us a platform to bring development. And that's why I keep shouting it's politics of development, because we need development in education. We need development in health. We need the young people to be developed in their capacities. We need development in the sports sector and in all sectors. So when I say politics of development, what I'm saying is that, look, we need to strive to bring developmental ideas and change to all these sectors if we're going
Yeah.
to have a better nation. So when I was campaigning, when I got to education, I decided to develop the students. We did books and bags and, you know, a lot of trainings for them. Then we decided to develop the teachers. So we did trainings for teachers and we did some of
Teacher
the
training.
welfare stuff for them. Then we went into infrastructure and we decided to develop infrastructure. We decided to rehabilitate schools. Then we went into health and we did the same thing. We decided to, you know, rehab hospitals and do health missions. Then we went into youth engagement. Then we did skill acquisition and then we did sports competitions. So what I'm saying is that we need development in Nigeria, and politics is a platform to bring that development. And we're so keen to ensure that many people imbibe this same ideology and run for bringing development into our nation in all the different sectors of the nation.
Wow, excellent. I'm certainly of the school of thought of politics in development now. I'm definitely all for that ideology. Well done, Shay. Well done.
But you've been
So,
developing a lot of things yourself, Fatima. So I guess you're there.
oh, thank you. We're trying. Championing this system of leadership and development in our part of the world, how has the
Mhm.
process of experience, how has the process been for you? What have you experienced so far? I
Okay.
mean, I'm sure it's been difficult, but just
Mm.
how difficult has it been?
You see, to be honest, development is something everybody wants. That is the honest truth. So I go to the rural areas. They want water. They want light. You know, they want these things. But we know that the system sometimes can be very strained against it. So it is tough. But everything in life is challenging. Anything worthwhile is going to be challenging. So I don't
Yeah.
really look at the challenges. I look at the fulfillment that comes when you get, you know, development to the people. When all of a sudden people that didn't have water now have water and they're saying, oh, God bless you. It gives you joy. And then people that can't go to school and you're able to help them get to school, or people that don't have access to healthcare and you're able to bring healthcare to their doorsteps, or youth that want to learn skills but don't have the money to learn these skills, and then you give them skill acquisition. That is development. And the joy of it is that, you know, people's lives are being changed. So yes, there are going to be challenges. There are challenges in the system. There are challenges with people you meet. There are challenges with people not even believing in you. You know, when I was campaigning, I faced a lot of challenges, like even speaking Yoruba to my locals. It was like, where is this boy from? This is
Yeah, it's like your Yoruba is not conk
this
enough.
is London Yoruba you are speaking.
Yes.
This is in Oyo State Yoruba. But, you know, these are challenges that I faced. I had to sing in Yoruba. I had to do many things. And not that I couldn't, but my accent wasn't the same. And they laughed at me and they shamed me and all that. But it didn't matter. And every time they saw development, every time these guys saw it, it's like they like, yes, this is what we've been looking for, and then they support you. So you will get challenges, that's what I'm saying, but the fulfillment you get from getting results is it's much more, and you're able to go through those challenges.
Well, I feel like you've already answered my follow-up question because it was, has your goal been achieved? But as you said, this is an endless goal.
No,
And,
it's a lifelong journey. So as I said, because I'm in politics now, it's okay, it's a platform. But even if
yeah.
I'm not in politics, I will still be doing this because I believe this is me. I've been doing this before I got into office, maybe not at this scale, but I've been training people. I have a foundation that trains startups, and I've been developing people before I got into office. What politics does, it gives you a broader platform to do it. It gives you a bigger leverage to work on. So, it's a lifelong journey. I'm going to continue to strive to develop people and communities all across as far as I can go. So it's not going to end even if I leave office in 2023. It's something I'm going to continue through my NGOs and other initiatives that I'm part of, just to bring development to the people. I think that is the real purpose of life. My boss will say it, service, godliness is service to humanity, and I think that's what we should be all about, serving
I
humanity.
like that. Godliness is service to humanity.
Mm.
So, with this, your novel, ideation on how we improve leadership and its
Mm-hmm.
politics and development,
Mm-hmm.
it's expected that one passes it on. Do you have plans to teach this system to other people? I mean, yeah, you already spoke about a skill acquisition center, your NGO and all that. But when it comes to the development, politics of development and leadership itself, do you plan on passing it on, spreading it on? Because I believe there needs to be some sort of complete reorientation,
Mm-hmm.
especially with young Nigerians when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to do with development, qualities of development, and what we actually mean by to add value to the
Mm.
Nigerian life.
You're so correct, Fatima. You're absolutely correct. So I am doing that in two major ways. The first one is I have a leadership training program. It's called
Okay.
I Become. Um, I'm a John Maxwell certified coach, so I'm able to use some of his content to teach leadership.
Oh
And
wow.
when I say I become, what I'm saying is, first of all, we need to discover your gifts. Then we need to help you develop it. Then we need to give you platforms to deploy those gifts. So discover, develop, and deploy those gifts. So there's a training program that we're running in different universities in Oyo State. We started at Lead City. We're going to UI. We're going to Polytechnic and some other institutions. We're hoping that if we can help people get reorientated and see leadership in a different way, then we will make changes. Now, bringing it closer home, I also have people that I'm mentoring that I have seen to have similar mindsets as to bringing development to the people. And I'm trying my best to just pass on what I know to them so that they also get the motivation to go after it. I think ultimate goal is that I've been privileged to have been in office at this time. I feel it's a responsibility that has been placed on me to raise the next set of political leaders, young political leaders that want to come into office. They have told us many things in the past why young people cannot get into office. I believe it is my place to start to show people, as we said, knows the way, goes the way, shows the way, is to start to tell young people that, look, we can get into these offices and we can make the change that we want to see in our nation. So that is how I see it. We're building a tribe, we're building a community, but we're also mentoring people in the locality and also in the universities. So it's a responsibility I've taken on. It's something that I'm happy and delighted to do, and I'm hopeful that in years to come we'll find a lot of leaders coming out from these
Oh,
communities and training programs.
I'm sure. That's amazing. I
Mm.
become. I think
Yes.
everyone should check that out. I become. So
Mm-hmm.
because we have 30 minutes on this and we're kind of running late. So I want to jump quickly to the next question, which
Okay.
is you said development is a language.
It is.
So
It
how can
is.
you expatiate on that? What do you mean? That sounds so poetic, Development is a language. So what do you mean by that?
Okay, so let me go back to my story during my campaign. So obviously, I was contesting against people that probably were more, their native intelligence was probably stronger than mine. They knew the people better. They spoke Yoruba in quotes better than I did. They had an advantage. But one language, it doesn't matter whether you speak Yoruba, English, Hausa, any language, development, when people see development, we don't have water and now we see water. We don't have schools and now we see schools. We don't have light and now we see light. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter whether you're speaking with an accent or no accent. When they see development, they understand your language. They get it. And to be honest, I don't think these things are luxuries. It's not luxury for people to want water or people to want light or people to want any of these things. These are real needs.
They
They're
are
basic
basic
needs.
amenities. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's that's why when you bring it to people are like, yes, if you like, don't even speak any language, just be bringing it, we will follow, we will go with you. And so that's what I mean by development is a language. It really doesn't matter what tribe, whatever is that you're bringing development, and it's a universal language. Everybody gets it.
Wow. I love that. I'm getting so much from this. I'm enjoying it so much. I wish we could do it for like 2 more hours. Honourable Seyi Adisa, back to, would you like to talk a little bit about, not too young to run bill? Let's touch on that. Signed into law in 2018. It has given more opportunities for youth participation, which is what you were just talking about. But what's your take in it? What do you feel it has really made an impact so far? And if yes, why? If no, why?
Okay, let me first of all start by saying this. You see, the not too young to run is a bill that we've waited for a long time. And just to expatiate, it reduced the age limits for those able to aspire for office, in most cases by 5 years. So now you can get into the House of Assembly at the age of 25. As I speak to you, we have about 2 or 3 in Oyo State that are under 30 that are honorable members of the House of Assembly. So this bill, without a doubt, contributed to their ability to get there. It meant, if it wasn't there, they won't be able to contest. But now they contested and they're in office. So it is amazing what is done. But having said that, there's still a lot more. And
But
having
it's a good
spoken,
first step. It was a huge good step.
absolutely. As I mean, it's not just the first step. It has results. We can see. I mean, we had a program in Abuja, and we had, I think, almost 20 across the country that would not have been in office but for that bill. And I've spoken to many of the guys behind it. They're working tirelessly to ensure that this first step is taken to the second and to the third, and so on and so forth. There are issues young people face. The issue of money politics. How are you able to compete? You have issues of even application forms, nomination forms. Are you able to afford it? So age is one hurdle, but it's not the only hurdle. There are many hurdles to cross as a young person trying to get into office. But as I said, they've not stopped. They've continued advocacy. They've continued. And the beautiful thing, Fatima, is that with the more young people in office, it means when they bring it into the office, there are more people that will support it. There are more people in the House of Reps or House of Assemblies that will support them because we are all, passionate about them. So
that will be pro-youth. The more
exactly.
you have young people in leadership, the more you
Absolutely.
have pro-youth policies and programs playing out in the
Absolutely.
country.
So we're hoping to move to step 2, step 3. They are lobbying political parties to make sure forms for young people are free, and they're doing many credible and fantastic things. The only point I always like to say every time I'm asked this question is that it's not just because we are young, that's why we want to come to the table. It's because we have something to offer.
Yeah.
It's not enough that we're young. That's not, I mean, we're not saying roll over because we're young. So
We're
we're
saying we have
saying
an opinion.
we
There's
have
something to be said.
capacity. Absolutely. We have capacity. We have young people that are very exposed. We have young people that have
Passion.
experience, that have passion, they are technology compliant, that are, I mean, and if you think about Nigeria being 70% youth, you'd probably think you want 70% in those that represent them. You know, so what we're
Yeah,
saying
I
is
mean, it should be like that normally.
it should, but we need to, remove those hurdles so that more young people. But those young people coming in must come with capacity. They must come
Yeah.
with ability. They must come with skill. They must come with exposure and experience. So
Passion.
that when we get there, we won't say, "Oh, move away because we are young." We will say, "Move away because we have what it takes to take
Yes.
office and to make a difference in the lives
We
of
are
people."
speaking the language of development.
Absolutely, you get.
We are speaking.
Absolutely, you couldn't be more
Sorry,
correct.
the connection went off there for a bit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so back to COVID-19. How has your experience been
Yes.
practicing leadership in politics of development amidst the obvious challenges locally for you now in
Mm,
Ibadan, in Oyo? How
mm,
has it
mm.
been for you with the COVID as a leader? Has it been easy?
No, it hasn't been easy, Fatima. It hasn't been easy because, to be honest, we don't have the answers. That's the honest truth. But one thing I have kept in front of me is the people. Everything I have done has been based on the people. So when it started, the first thing I saw we needed was advocacy. So we started trying to get the word out because we have many rural areas in my constituency. So we needed to get the message out to the old mother that is 77 years old and doesn't have a radio set, or
Yeah.
the woman in the farm that doesn't come to town. So we needed advocacy through different means.
In remote
We
areas.
in remote areas. So we had SMSs, we had robocalls where I had to record my voice speaking in Yoruba, and then their phones will ring and they would hear my message. We used robocalls. We had radio jingles. We had like volunteers going around, and then we had NOA, the National Orientation Agency. We partnered with them because they already have structures that gets the message out. So we
Mm.
did all of this in terms of advocacy. Then the next challenge that we saw was food. People were saying we're hungry.
Yeah.
And because I'm a member of the assembly, we don't have budgets. We're not the executive. So what I could raise, I did palliatives the first time. And when I saw it wasn't enough, I decided to partner with the business community. Business community.
Sorry,
Hello,
the
Fatima, are you
network.
there?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
here.
All right. All right. So after the first round of palliatives, I had to go to the business community and I said to them, look, we need to work together to bring succor to the people. And they were awesome. They donated, they brought food stuff, and we partnered together and we did a second round of palliatives. Now, what for me was strong there is collaboration, because I keep telling you, politics of development is about collaboration. Government cannot do
Partnership,
everything. Do you understand? It's
community
about partnership.
engagement.
Absolutely. So we were able to do a second palliative because the business community worked with us. And then by the time we looked at it, government started talking about face masks. So we decided to, again, go and try and sew about 2,500 face masks. And we were able to share it again
Wow.
to some part of the community. Now assessing what is going on, I think we need more orientation. So now we started last week Facebook Live. Now
Mm.
people will say Facebook Live, like are people on Facebook, like is that, I know it's not been done before, but we decided to do it because, believe it or not, the internet doesn't lie. We've had almost 2,000 people view it since we started. We're bringing practitioners in health to tell us what we should do. We're bringing people from education to tell us how to educate our children. Tomorrow we're bringing people from agric to tell us how to make money in this system. So these messages are spreading, and every time I'm just looking for, how do I help people? How do I make people's lives better? So
That
that
is
has been
so.
my experience personally, because I don't have the answers, but I know that I need to care for people. I need to continue to communicate to them, and I need to continue to collaborate with people to bring solutions. So that has been my own watchword. It's about the people. Tomorrow something else may have happen, and then we'll look again and find out what should we do now. But it has really been me just watching and learning and bringing solutions, and then we look again, and then we partner, then we bring solutions, and that's what we've been doing. And I'm grateful that we've been privileged to serve people in this way at this auspicious time.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Honourable Seyi
Mm.
Adisa. You've said so much that we've taken away from
Thank
this.
you.
The topic leadership and politics of development could not
Mm-hmm.
have, in a matter
Mm-hmm.
of 30 to 32 minutes, be more
Mm-hmm.
intricately explained than what you
Mm-hmm.
just did right now. We are so grateful for having you on Let's
Thank
Talk
you.
Humanity with FGA. Thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much.
Thank you,
We've
Fatima.
taken a lot of things away from here. The strongest being, let us not speak the language of division, but the language of development. That no matter how
Absolutely.
different we are, there is
Mm-hmm.
one language that we all acknowledge, and that
Mm-hmm.
is the language of development. Thank you so
That's
much,
it.
Honorable Seyi
That's it.
Adisa. Hoping
Thank
to
you,
do more work
Fatima.
with you.
I look forward to it myself.
All right.
All right, Fatima.
Any final words?
Final words. I know you've got a strong platform for young people. Um, I just want to encourage more young people to get involved. For a long time, we've been saying, this and that, and we want change, but it's not going to change until we all decide to get involved. We're not going to get
Yeah.
involved just because we're young. We're going to get involved because we have what we're going to bring to the table. But I want to just encourage more young people to really decide to participate. You see, Fatima, we're moving away from representative governance to participatory governance.
Governance, yeah.
We are the government. We are the government, and we need to stop, pointing fingers like they are going to do it, and they look. It's
Everyone
everybody's
needs to
business.
point out, I need to do it.
Absolutely, because even when you take politics aside, what's happening in education, what's happening. I was listening to somebody recently and said, oh, the private sector is more difficult than the public sector. I don't know, but what I do know is that more young people need to develop themselves, and they need to come to the political table to bring change and development to the different aspects of our lives and our nation.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Seyi Adisa. Good
Thank you,
night.
Fatima. Thank you for
All
having
right.
me.
Thank you
Go.
so much.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
So there you have it, guys. The end of our second episode with Seyi Adisa, Honorable Seyi Adisa, on leadership and politics of development. I know 30 minutes, some of you are saying is not much. Maybe we'll make it 45 minutes next time. But check out my next couple of posts to know who is coming on live tomorrow with me as a guest. I'm sure you'll be excited. It's a lady. So bye. Ramadan Mubarak. I still need to go and eat more. Thank you all for coming. Bye.